My name is Eric Ao, owner of MTKC, and today we're going to use the example behind me to talk about the different price drivers in cabinets and how you can choose the right cabinets for your own budget. There are a lot of different price drivers for the cabinets. I'd like to talk about particular 4 of them that I think a lot of people are unaware of and are actually very significant to the bottom line. They are, number 1, the color and the finish of the cabinets. Number 2, the door style, so the actual shape and design of the door. Number 3, the internal accessories. And number 4, the actual design of the space. There are still a lot of other variables that can affect the price, but these 4 are the ones that I like to focus on today. As it is, the cabinets are $14,000 for cabinets before installation. By changing the 4 variables that I mentioned earlier, I can bring the price of these cabinets down to $4,500. The color you see here is the canvas with cocoa glaze. So you have the white background, and you have this little detail here on all the, this little accent on all the details here. In this space, the cost of this finish is roughly $2,000. Next up, we have the door shape, the door design. This is the Lindsay door in KraftMaid. If I were to put it on a price scale, let's say 1 through 10, 10 being highest, I would probably rate this door as 8 or so out of 10. It's a solid wood raised panel door, lots of details in the door, so it's a lot harder to manufacture. Comparing to this here, this is a veneer center insert, and it's recessed, so you have a lot less details here. And on a price scale of 1 through 10, I would probably say this is maybe a 2 or 3 door. So there are other variables that drives the price of the construction of the door, but generally speaking, less details means more affordability. So by switching door shapes, using my most affordable maple door, this kitchen, instead of $12,000, I can make it for roughly $9,000 or so. So that's $3,000 difference in just the shape of the door. Now, compared to the earlier $14,000 that we started with, we've gotten $5,000 in savings basically from just changing the color and the door shape, and that's very significant. Then, third up, we have the internal accessories. So over here, I have a wine rack. Inside the cabinet, I have dividers. Here we have a Lazy Susan cut at 45 degrees, so you can actually get a full circle inside the Lazy Susan here. You have regular shelves, or you can have pull-out shelves. So this will save your back a lot. If you have a bad back and you don't want to bend down to dig into the back of the cabinet, this will help you a lot. Here we've got a trash can built in. Maybe trash in the front and recycle in the back if you like. 2-tier dividers, maybe something nice for your guests. Something for the everyday use. So that's very handy because you're not likely to be stacking your forks all the way up. So this will help you actually gain more storage space. This drawer here, as well as this little pull-out, these 2 are unique to KraftMaid. So this is actually good for hanging your spatulas and other utensils that you cook with. Very handy indeed. Continuing on, we've got a spice pull-out. Not sure you can see from that angle there, but essentially these are shelves that you can adjust in height, and it's a small little skinny unit, usually around 9 inches or 12 inches, and you can pull it out, stick in your vinegar bottles or salt, spices, things like that. So very convenient. I usually put one of these next to the stove. Here we've got a tilt out at the sink front. If I were to put a sponge somewhere else, I would try to put it in one of these storage instead. This is a door-mounted storage, usually for sponges, cleaners, and you see with a plastic tray here, you can easily remove it, wash it, dry it, and then put it back in place. Very easy to maintain. As we come over this direction here, we've got a little bread box. I've actually seen people use this with a lot of different things here. I've seen people use it for bread. I've seen people use it for rice, dog food, just put a little cup in here and you can scoop it out. And this whole liner here you can actually remove. That's the way how KraftMaid has designed their bread box. It's here. Door mounted spice storage. Pretty handy to have. Keep organized. And what I call here a little staircase for spices. So again, very easy to use, very neat, and helps you stay organized. Continuing on, you've got a small angle cabinet here at the end. This is a 45-degree angle, so it transitions your space a lot better. So let's say you have a door entrance right by the end of the cabinet here. Instead of having a sharp 90-degree here, this would actually ease the transition here a little bit, and you probably save your hip and not hit your hip on the cabinet corner. Same thing on top. Now, obviously these cabinets are kind of angled, so they won't be as fully utilized as a regular full cabinet, but you do get a small amount of storage space, and it again serves as a transition. Of all the accessories I just showed you, that was $2,000 worth. So if I were to remove all of those accessories and put in flat regular shelves in all of these cabinets, we would save it at $2,000. So instead of the $9,000 we were at, it would bring us down to $7,000. That's half of what we just started a few minutes ago. Now, the fourth variable is the design of the space. So if you look at the overall cabinet design here, we've got a very elaborate setup. This may or may not be your style, and you can certainly have a different preference. But as an example here, I want to show you, we figured this corner is the focal point of the kitchen. So we've made this cabinet 15 inches deep instead of 12 deep, 36 inches tall instead of 30, so it jumps out at you more. We've got a glass cabinet in the front, so you can actually display and show off your nice glassware. On top, we've actually have a 3-piece crown molding here. So you have a base piece, the dentil, and the actual crown. That is a lot of work for the factory and a lot of work for the installer. To balance this focal point, we've made the microwave cabinet taller, and we've also installed this cabinet above the sink higher. All 3 of these points will install to 8 feet. The columns here are made deeper to accentuate the molding. I'm featuring a different glass piece here so you can see the mix and match effect. I've raised the cabinet higher instead of just building a bigger box, so at the sink level I don't have a door hanging right in front of my face, and I'm able to put an arch here and a nice tile backsplash design in the back. So if I were to flatten this kitchen out, let's just have one depth, one height, no molding, so I'll remove all the molding, take away the columns, glass, arches, trims, and then start minimizing my cabinet count. So for example, cabinets 1, 2, and 3 will combine as one big cabinet. Cut off this corner entirely. Start here, go all the way to the end with a big cabinet box. No accessories inside, just regular shelves. And then start removing my decorative side panels, so there will be just plain flat sides. Then I can save roughly another $2,000. So instead of $7,000, we would actually bring it down to the $4,500 that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So I want to recap on how I just went from $14,000 in the existing cabinets down to the $4,500 that I showed you just now. The 4 variables are the color of the cabinets, the finish, some people call them, the door design, the door shape of the cabinet, the internal accessories, and the actual design of the space. Those are 4 major price drivers that a lot of people are usually unaware of. Again, there are other price drivers, but those are the 4 I want to highlight. I hope you have found this video useful, and thank you for watching. My name is Eric from MTKC. Have a wonderful day.